Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the War Room. So these are the first 4 turns of Africa, the North African Campaign 1940 to 1942 by the gamers. Okay, so this game opens up with the Italians making their first strikes. Alright, they moved into Egypt and they hit the little town of Sidi Barrani right here. Now I want to start with the conditions of victory. Alright, the Germans already have the conditions of victory. All they got to do is hold Benghazi, which I have, Tobruk, and Bardia. So all 3 of those are good. If I get all the way to 1942 and hold on to it, I'll win. However, a sudden death would be if the Axis could take Alexandria and Cairo. Then that's an instant win, end of game. Okay? However, there are a lot of issues in this game that need to be addressed. So let me get you in here a little bit closer so we can discuss it. Alright, so what you're looking at here, from here is, you see a bunch of dudes over here. Let me turn it over just a little bit. In what is known as Mersa Martuh. Alright, I believe I'm saying that correctly. Alright. These are the British forces, and these are the Italian forces. In the first opening volleys, the Axis powers did well with it. Reinforcements, supply, everything in between, and they're not having any problems with that. The British had several infantry and armor units get withdrawn. They get withdrawn, they're going to another campaign, they can come back, but they lost a lot of dudes. So what happened was, the Axis powers entered Sidi Barrani and did some pretty decent damage to the British. The British, without fighting, decided to give it up and pull back here in order to hold the line at Mersa Martuh. They don't want to lose that because then that just opens up everything to Alexandria. Alexandria is the only supply port for the British, so they have to hold it here. Now, they were able to do so. Now it's January 1st of 1941. We're getting a whole bunch of reinforcements on both sides. Now, the Axis powers, to show you a little bit of the issues with supply, some of the problems they've been having was getting supply to this area. The Italians have something called the Italian surrender rule in this game. If the Italian units, which are green, do not get supplied between turns 1 through 6, 1 through 6, then they give up immediately. They get thrown into the dead pile. They can come back, however, they just disappear. So I am on a very fine, thin line right here. My German units go through the regular out-of-supply issues, but these guys here, they just disappear. They just fold, and they give up. Okay? That is a huge frustration, because it is very difficult. In the beginning of this game, all right, we're not getting that much in supply or truck points or for the Axis powers, coastal shipping. Okay, you can see just by spanning out, I mean, how much I have here. I have to cover. That's a lot. Okay, the trucking points, I only get, at the beginning of the game, first 7 turns, 3 truck points. That only moves 1 point of supply, up to 10 spaces. Okay. Luckily, there is a primary road, and that's a half a point of movement. So that's about 20, spaces I can move. Plus, the supply dumps here, they can only throw, for the Axis powers, 5 spaces out. So I could be 5 spaces away from a dump and take and use that supply. All right. But the problem is keeping these guys supplied. It's a distance. All right. And these ports don't always have capacity, right? For example, Bardia port has a 0 capacity. Every turn you have to roll to see what kind of capacity you have. So there's always a chance this gets shut down. So then my only other chance is Tobruk, which is either 1 or 2, right? It's not a lot of supply. The rest of my stuff has to come from either Benghazi all the way to the west, all right? I know it's kind of dark over there, or Tripoli, which is way at the western edge of the map. All right, and that means I have to haul ass and get that supply all the way out east, and it doesn't always work. So I lost a lot of dudes from supply. Shows a lot of that frustration that I'm sure Rommel had issues with. But after turn 7, I'll start getting more truck points, more supply points, more chances of getting these things to where they need to go. So that's what we're looking at right now. Yeah, so flanking these guys right now is just impossible. I can't do it. It's just, you can't do it. So it's something I'm going to have to think about. Because right now, every time I send supply out here, the Italians are eating it up instantly. Because I'm barely getting 1 or 2 supply in just for them to eat it. So flanking is just not an issue. I can see why now that was an issue in the real campaign. The further out you go, that means you have to have supply dumps, and you're barely getting what you need. So, very interesting game so far. I am really enjoying it. I'm an OCS guy, Operational Combat System guy, where you don't get truck points to move these guys. So a truck point in this game, in a standard combat series game, moves 1 supply point up to 10 movement points wherever you want to go. So I can spend 2 truck points and move 20 if I wanted to. Okay, that's expensive. But in an OCS game, you actually have trucks on the map. And then you have to have those trucks within so many ranges of one another to be able to move and piggyback that supply along. Right? And that can get disrupted. So it makes playing this game a lot easier than saying, playing Guderian's Blitzkrieg. So very interesting stuff. If you guys are interested in getting cubes for yourself, if you play a lot of war games, The Gamers, I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that, but I like to share stuff from other people. Gamers, you can buy as many cubes as you want. I got 100 of the red and green. I got yellows coming. These are grout tile spacers. These are how I tell when a guy is moved. I just put it next to him, and I know on the map he's been moved already, because you get some of these games, you'll have thousands of units everywhere. So it's hard to tell who moved and you did what. So turns 1 through 4, good opening for the Italians. Not so good for their supply. They lost a lot of dudes because of not being in supply. The British lost a bunch of dudes from withdrawals. They are now holding strong at Mersa Martuh, and now a bunch of reinforcements are coming in, and they will be facing off really soon. For me, as the Axis player, that doesn't mean anything good, because I have to feed those people. So, right now, the feeding part, that's the part that's killing me the most. So, that's where we're at so far. Please, guys, like and subscribe my videos. That helps my channel out. It helps me get more content to you. Plus, it helps, hopefully one day I can be monetized and get something out of this as well. And then I can get more and more and more stuff, better equipment, better things going here if you enjoy them. And it shows me that you like it.